Hi everyone, Lauren Goodrich here. So for those of you that don't know, I am pregnant with twins. I'm 12 weeks along, and I believe it was Kelly, I think it was you that asked me to just video this so that Gavin and I could share our journeys with you. So thank you for planting that seed, because we prayed about it, and this is something that we are going to do now. So we went to the doctor, and we discovered that there are some problems with the babies. Twins are always considered high risk. It's just the nature of having twins. And so with that, you get to have the Cadillac sonograms, the fancy ones, where they look like little, Play-Doh aliens. It's really fun. And we went to the doctor, and the babies he said that he's pretty darn sure the babies are mono-di, which means that they share one placenta but have two of their own little spaces, if you will. They're separated by a membrane. So I'm a duplex. And one of them is not developing correctly. He has a lot of extra fluid around his intestines and his lungs and his stomach, and that puts both of them at extraordinarily high risk. Basically, he's just not forming right. They don't know if it is genetic. They don't know if it's just something that happened. They do know that I am okay. I am as healthy and fit as I can be, and that I've been doing all the right things. They said this is nothing that's caused by an external thing. This can just happen. So with that, the doctor's bedside manner was superb. He was absolutely wonderful, and he let us know and then left so Gavin and I could bawl, because you do when you get news like this. So going further, we can't actually do anything for another 3 weeks. The babies just aren't developed enough for them to know anything, and after that we'll get genetic testing and stuff, and I'll tell you about that later. But yes, so we have to wait 3 weeks to know anything. And it has been really cool to watch what God has done. He's just laid all of this out. So after our visit with the first doctor, many tears, we went straight to our second doctor, because they have two types of doctors. There's one for basically just the babies when you're high risk, and then the other one is for the mama and the babies. So they make sure that I'm healthy. And after we got there, the poor receptionist, she looked at us and she was like, let me go ahead and just get you a room, because, we were all red and puffy and pretty. And she did, and it's been such a blessing. God had led us to this particular doctor before, of course, we knew any of this. He knew. But the first time we arrived, it was very, very evident that the doctor and nursing staff loved Jesus. So such a blessing. So she kind of looked at us and she was like, I'm gonna go call the previous doctor so you don't have to relay the news. And that was very nice of her. So she went and got the information, and she came back, and after we were able to process a little bit, she gave us basically the same options that the first doctor did, except now this time we could actually hear them. Some of those options are very, very difficult, but again, we don't know anything until 3 weeks from now. So she talked with us, and they excuse me. She talked with us, and they circled around us, and they prayed with us, which is not normal for I think most OBGYNs. But again, this is just something that God set up, and it's so good. So Gavin and I, after that, went and we had pancakes, because we didn't know what else to do. So we just went and had pancakes. And then we came home and just, processed together, prayed together, just spent time with each other, and then we went to go be with some friends who also just loved on us and prayed with us, and that was wonderful. And it was so strange. On the way home, Gavin and I were just chatting. Just, you know, it's been quite a day, and it takes quite a bit to process through things like that. And it's amazing how your heart can be so broken. But you can have such peace. So that's what's going on right now. Is we, of course, we're devastated by the news. But God had prepared our hearts. So there's peace there. So in the midst of the emotions, because the physical body just can't help reacting. I mean, it is what it is, and it's horrible news. But at the same time, our hearts are okay. This peace is overwhelming, to where there's tears and all kinds of stuff, but at the same time, it's okay. It's the world keeps spinning. And that's something that we talked about, is it's such a blessing that the world keeps spinning, because that means it's not about us. It's not about the babies. It's about God. And He always puts the steps before us. He knew them before we did. And the fact that it's not about us and it's not focused on us is such a relief, because it's this big, beautiful picture that God is painting. And there's not always understanding, and there's not always explanations as to why. But I trust Him. We trust Him. And of course, Gavin gave me permission to share this with all of you. I'm going to be handling each of these videos very, very prayerfully. But that's something that we talked about on the way home, was how good is God that He prepared our hearts, and that the world does keep spinning, and that it's not about us. Because that means that tomorrow still comes. And things still function. I am still going to be very active with encouraging and loving on others, and serving others to the best of my ability, as is Gavin. Because the world doesn't stop. So we are going to continue processing through this, and God is our stability. He is not our circumstance. He's in the circumstance, but He is our stability, which is such a blessing. No matter how this turns out, and it may not turn out the way that we would wish it, of course. We are praying fervently for our babies, for both of them, that we could have 2 healthy ones, and that this is just an anomaly, and everything will turn out. But if God has other plans, then there is purpose in that. Even if we can't see that right now, there's purpose. And that is huge. So that is the most current news. Is it's not great, but God is good, and He is our stability, and He is our peace. Even though our physical bodies are going to react to, you know, whatever they do, He is the stability. So for those of you that are going to join us on this journey, thank you in advance for your prayers. And feel free to share this with anyone. We are not going to be closed about this. We're going to watch what God does, and just be vulnerable and pretty much share it. So y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Pray with us, and just watch what God does. Watch what He does in your own life. He is always the stability. And yeah, so y'all have a wonderful day.